What's going on, brothers?
What's happening? What's going on, brother Kyle?
Peace.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam.
How you feel, bro?
I'm well. I'm well. Brother Zebulon, yeah, I'll let you do the honors.
I got one of our hairstyling finest in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
My man Jerry from Jackson Synergy. I know you changed the name too, right?
Yes, sir.
But this is the brother that gave me my freedom papers, and I'm proud to introduce my brother that did all the work here. We've been waiting for a long time for this moment, but here it is.
Right,
So we're going to start off in the name of Allah. We never sent the merciful. I bear witness that there's no God but Allah. And I bear witness Muhammad is his messenger. That's the way we start off, but we're not forcing that on nobody else, but I can't get into nothing great without giving the honor first.
Indeed,
But
indeed.
it's on y'all now.
Okay.
I said my piece.
Brother Jerry, what's going on?
Nah, man, I feel I'm just here, trying to do my part, help out with the brothers. See what
More
y'all
than
put
that.
together here, man. Just trying to do my part. That's all. Just give my insight on how everything went and answer some questions that y'all might have for me, bro. That's about it.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your business. You did the work here. What have you done for Brother Zebulon here?
Well, what I've done for him
Mm-hmm.
is help him get on his own.
Okay.
That's one thing, and I've helped him. I didn't put him on his own. He likes to
Right.
say I did it, but
Yeah,
I've helped him. Yeah.
I say that you gave me my freedom papers. That's what I like to say.
I say
That
he-
contract was my freedom papers.
I say he gave himself his freedom papers, and he just let me be part of the journey. So I helped as much as I can.
Right.
Mhm.
But I've been doing this for over 20-something years, man, in the
Mhm.
construction business. And when Z came to me and said he was ready to finally go out on his own,
Uh-huh.
I was just helping. I was happy that he called me
Right.
to make him do that move.
I want to say it right. You the one that told me what I should do.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I thought
I
I
always
was on my
told
own.
him.
You
I always
remember
told
that?
him what he should do
Uh-huh.
when he was
What's
in the
going on,
shop.
Brother
I
Reverend?
told him, I said, you need to have your own place, man. You
Right.
got the space. You need to branch out and do your own
Okay.
thing instead
I
of
got
paying
one
us
in the
rent
chair.
every money. Get your own place and make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after we had that
Just got
talk
the
a
chair
couple
ready.
times, it was me, my brother probably talked to him about it too. He
Mhm.
decided to
Okay.
finally
All right,
take
brother.
that step, and here we are today.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. And how long have you been in the business?
About 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
All right, once you start getting older, man, you forget how many years. I can't remember years, but it's been a long time. Could be more or less, but I've always liked construction. Tearing up things and making things come back a little
Mhm.
better than they looked before.
Okay.
But yeah, I say 20 plus years.
And how did you get your initial start, your initial interest in the work?
Now, that's a long story in itself, but I'm gonna try to give you the quick TV guide version.
Okay.
Long time ago, I'm gonna say about 22 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I bought one of my first pieces of property. It was a triplex, and I actually had paid somebody to fix it up for me, and I started it, and it was a friend of mine that was helping me fix it up, and they stepped out on me.
Okay. Okay.
God rest his soul, he's gone now, so I don't want to say his name, but a really good friend of mine, really good friend.
Mhm.
And when he stuck me there, I had to finish his job up,
Mhm.
and I had another friend who my brother introduced me to, named Johnny. He was from Delaware. We used to call him Johnny Delaware. Anyway,
Okay.
he actually came as my brother met him. I got to know him, and he knew how to do everything.
Okay.
So it was just a blessing that my brother met him, and I was just in this jam at the same time.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, listen, man, tell me all the tools I need to get. We got to finish this triplex. I got too much money. I need to finish this up. We went to Home Depot. We bought everything we got to know. And the rest is history. That was my first project that I actually ever did
Mhm.
on the business side. Yeah, that was the first project I actually did. And then after I got that, I mean, the floodgates just opened as I was finishing up. My friends came to me and said, yo, can you fix this? Can you fix that? And I've never stopped. And
Wow.
that's basically where it started at, from me doing that. And I've just been blessed, man. These years I've been able to make a living at it.
Okay. Now, talk a little bit about developing the skill set. One of the things, and we do a lot of working with youth, and do you feel like it's taken some patience to get where you are? To be good at what you do to where you are now. Talk a little bit about that journey. How has that been for you?
Oh, it's definitely got to have a lot of patience, but I'm gonna say I was fortunate.
Okay.
Because I just happened to know people who was kind of in the same business, trying to transition in their life
Okay.
and try to get into real estate and the properties, buying, selling. I just had a lot of friends that was in it, so it was an easy transition for me. But somebody who probably not as fortunate as me, don't have those type of friends, it might be a little bit harder. But I'll tell people, you know, just trust the process. If this is what you have passion with and you're passionate about it, just keep going with it. And another thing is, the people that I learned from were the skilled guys, just guys that just worked on banks. I'm talking about like Citizens Banks. They built banks with other companies, not on their own, but with companies. So they had that experience.
Okay.
People were making cabinets from scratch. You know, the kitchen cabinets you see in your house.
Right.
Not going to Home Depot buying them. They actually made cabinets by hand. And that was a friend of mine named Freddie, a real good friend of mine. He's gone now, but he actually made. So if you surround yourself with people with that type of skill level, and then you let yourself be open to it, and not even though they're teaching you and they're actually working for you, but they're teaching you at the same time.
Right.
If you open up your mind to it and you absorb all of the knowledge that they have, and that's all it was. I was just like a sponge. So I just sat around them and just listened and watched and listened and watched, and I just learned everything from them. So, and then slowly but surely, I believe in 2010. It's probably when I got my first break and where everything changed. I did a house for a friend of mine.
Okay.
And when I did this house for him, it changed because he went all out. He put marble, like sinks in it, showers with like the 7 heads, and people wasn't even doing it yet.
Okay.
But when he finished the house up, I mean, everybody came and looked at this house, and everybody was calling me after that. I didn't make no money off of that job, but from that point on, is when everything took off for me. So
now, what are some of the like the dopest projects you've worked on? If you could just let the people know, you know, the experience, you know.
That one probably was because that was the first time I actually we made floating stairs for them. Floating stairs are stairs that you can actually look through. They just had the part. He put floating stairs in there. This was before everybody was really doing granite. And we put granite countertops up in this kitchen, surrounding granite countertops. And like I said, he had the tub in his bathroom, the shower, and he had like the marble pedestal sink and the tub the toilet to the side. And we put custom closets, shelves all in his bedroom and in the back bedroom. I mean that one of my first. That was probably one of the dopest. And then after that, that was probably the dopest, but after that, it was just, I would have to say after that, I don't think we ever topped that. To this day, I don't think we ever topped that. And we've done some nice things, but the way he finished it off, I don't think we ever topped that house. Nah, to this day. He actually still lives in there to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, he still lives in there to this day. And it's probably worth a lot more than what he paid for it back then now, so knowing how South Philly is. But yeah, to this day, I did some nice projects, but I haven't topped them. But I've done stuff from the ground up.
Okay.
Single family homes, multi-units, commercial properties, you name it. But my specialty is framing. I just love the frame houses, gut them and just completely frame them over again. That's that's what I do most of the time.
Okay. Are there any trends right now that you find like more recently? Any trends as far as your work that like newer things that you're working on? Things that haven't been done like maybe 5 years ago as opposed to now?
The biggest trend in a whole is real estate construction. That's the biggest trend. A lot of people, when they get into it, because they see things going on, with social media, they see a lot of stuff going on, and they think that it's easy. They think that they can get it done, or they think they can do it yourself while watching DIY. And that's one of the biggest trends. Not actually what people are doing to their house or doing to their properties, but that trend. Once they get into it and they see that it's harder than what they see on TV. That it's just not building a house, it's working a budget. It's getting the right people with you. It's getting the right plumber, the electrician, the right HVAC guy, the right framer. Putting all that together and then making it work with this budget you have and not going on and going on over or trying to stay under as much as possible. But that's one part. But as the trends is in the building trends, the only trend that I see probably started another maybe 10 years ago was probably the rooftop decks. Everybody's doing that now inside of houses. The glass shower doors, that they had, because back in the day, you had the one sliding door on a tub. They used to sit on top of that, but now people got separate tubs and separate showers. So the glass doors, the frameless doors for showers and bathtubs, where there's no frame around it, it's just the glass and the hooks on what's the name. I guess finished basements, but that's been on for a while. But is any other trend that I can see that stick out? No, I would probably have to say the rooftop deck. that's the hottest thing, and that's been going on for a while, maybe 10 years. I could be wrong, could be longer, but that's probably the hottest thing right now. As with this generation, anyway. I'm gonna just say with this generation, that's the hottest thing. Everybody wants a
I
rooftop
want to
deck.
go on the roof.
Yeah, everybody wants a
And when I
rooftop
go on the
deck.
roof, it's gonna be with this man.
I think everybody wants to go with that, but that's the only hot trend I can really think of right now.
You mentioned about team building, having the right team around you. I mean, how have you been able to collect the right people to do what you need to do?
Trial and error.
Okay.
Trial and error.
Okay.
Giving people a trial. I mean, trying them out, seeing what works. But it took over years for me to get to this point. It might have took maybe 10 years,
Okay.
7 years to find a group of people that you can count on. That when you call them, they answer the phone. When they say they're going to be there, they're there. And even people might look at me and think it's perfect, but I got friends that I did business with that say they're going to be here Monday. They can't get there till Friday. You can't hold it against them. That's just the business. I tell somebody might call me up. I say I could be there Friday. I might send somebody over. They can't get to it till next Friday. But answering the phone, being on time, being consistent, it takes a while to put that together. But once you have that, that's the formula to success. Once you have the right people around you, as far as I say, the plumbers, electricians, heaters, and the people that I've been working with now, and I've probably been working with maybe 10 years now. So that's a long run. If you can deal with the same people for 10 years, I would consider that a long run. If you get anything over there, because it's always turning over. People move, people stop, they just get out of the business, go to something else. But besides that, yeah, I'd say about 10 years. Could be longer. I had some guys that worked for me for longer than 10 years, but actually people that I count on, like certain electricians, certain plumbers, I just turned over an electrician now, and I've been with him for about 3 years now. Good guy. Heater guy, I've been working for him now for about 1 year. Good guy. Plumber, been working with him like about 3 years, but I've known him forever, but he's part of the year. Roofer, probably dealing with the same 2 guys for like the last 8 years. So.
Okay. So it sounds like you've developed some pretty solid relationships.
Yeah, and any business, is relationship is your best relationship. Having a good relationship is going to be part of your success.
Okay.
You're only as strong as your weakest team, weakest person on your team. So if your weakest person on your team is somebody who stands you up for an hour versus somebody who stands you up for 130 hours or 200 or 500 hours where you can't talk to this guy a certain time, you don't show up,
right,
then you're messed up.
Okay.
But if you have, getting that good team is the key to any success, I would say. I don't care what it is. It's like a basketball team. You got a good point guard and a good center. It's a good place to start, right?
Indeed.
So, right.
Indeed.
So that's just basically what it is.
I'm going to transition into, because we were having an amazing conversation before, and you were talking about the benefits of having a black-owned business, right, and being able to be in a position to employ other black people, right, and the significance of sort of keeping money, letting the money take its turn with other black people.
Yeah.
Just talk about it, because you said a lot of powerful things, brother. So you could just say what's on your heart right now. You know?
I can't remember exactly what I said, but I know just to get back into it, it's just trying to help your own people for the most part. I think self-preservation first. You got to take care of yourself first.
Okay.
Because you can't take care of anybody else. I can't take care of him. I can't take care of my son. I can't take care of nobody without first taking care of myself. So get yourself in a good position. Get yourself on stable ground first. That's what I say first. Once you get there, then you could start surrounding yourself with a team. If you're an ex-business, your workers, where it go down to the labor, to your electrical. Look at your own people first. That's what I just tell people all the time. If it don't work, then you could look otherwise. Look at your people first. Look at your people second. Look at your people third. You're going to find somebody in there, because everybody in this business have people who you just can't count on. I don't care who it is. We do. Other races do. So don't get discouraged if you get with them the first time and the second time they don't work out. Keep trying, because that's just, you got to have faith in your people. And when I say making your money turn around, making it work for you, as I make my money when I did this project for Z, when I built this, the money that he paid me.
Right.
So it turned over to me. That was one time. I paid my workers, which are our people, turned over another time. So when they come get their haircut, I come get my money haircut from Z. So it's turning over again. So just trying to make your money turn around as much time, as many times as you can with your own people. We don't have supermarkets and stuff like that, but we have corner stores like that, and sometimes you got to go out your way to spend it with them. But if you do, it's powerful. So it's just something that I recommend you do, or at least try to do a 10.
Mhm.
That's how I tell people, before you hire somebody in this business, you don't have to hire me, but hire somebody like me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, because that's just the way of the world. Everybody spends their money with their own if they can.
Mhm.
And where are you more comfortable at? Just anywhere. Just saying. You ever travel? You ever travel? You ever go out the country? You ever travel to Boston? You ever travel to Germany? You ever travel to Australia? You ever travel to Bahamas? You ever travel to Jamaica? Where are you most comfortable at?
Home.
You most traveling at home.
Mhm.
But if you're traveling out of the
You
country,
can identify.
where were you?
Right.
You're gonna be comfortable in Jamaica.
Right.
You're gonna be comfortable in Bahamas.
Mhm.
Why?
Mhm.
For that simple
I
fact.
like the heat.
Right. On top of that, that's a plus.
Mhm.
You're gonna go to Germany. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But where you gonna be more? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. People think there's something wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with wherever you want to be at. But that's just how I feel. I'm more comfortable there, a place like that, where you can see the difference in this. And I think it's important for everybody just to travel. Period. Not just travel to places that people look like you. Travel to the places where they don't look like you. So get experience. Even the U.S. The U.S. is a big place.
Right.
Travel down south, north, west, anywhere. Just get around and get out of your city and see how people live. See how the same people that look like you live in different places. So I think if the more people get out the country. You know, go overseas, go to the UK, go to
Right.
China, go to Africa, go everywhere. Just visit places. So, and you'll have I think once people travel, you have a different perspective on life and just on how people are. Any person, I'm talking about all nationalities, white, black, Chinese, you want to have a different perspective because the only perspective that you have of those people is what you see right here in this little bubble, which is Philly. Or if they say tri-state, Philly, Jersey, Delaware. If you never left, how you gonna get any other perspective?
Right.
So for the most part, the people that live outside of this area, their perspective on our people is what? Where do they get it from? If they never come here, radio,
Yeah.
TV.
That's right.
So that's the perfect. So you can't. If that you don't. What I'm saying is just put in show just to try to articulate it the right way is that you don't judge somebody by what you see on TV or hear on the radio. For us either, we have to go out and experience that. Get out of your comfort zone and go experience different things in different places, and you can take it from there.
Agreed. Have you taken have you educated anyone else? Have you passed on any of the knowledge and experience that you've had to any other people, whether it be like employees or people that you might hire to work for you?
Question. I've passed it on. I've tried to pass it on to many people. Tried to pass it on, and I'm still to this day.
Talk about that a little bit. How's that been for you?
It's hard because, see, you might see the value in somebody that they don't even see in themselves.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? So what you might see in somebody, you might see more than you might value what you see in them more than they value themselves. Meaning that they don't see the greatness in themselves. You see it. You with them, and you talk. You sit down and you talk to them, and you see their work ethic, and they just don't know how to put it all together because for whatever reason, family, not managing their money right, might not managing their time right. So you could put them in line to be successful or being a better person than what they are, and they might not achieve it because they don't believe in themselves. That could be part of it too. Or people could just be scared. People are scared of success. You'll be surprised at how many people are actually scared to succeed and be better than what they are. Because people get caught up in, like I said, not traveling and seeing different places. They get caught up in what's going on around them, and they see all these people, and they say, "Wow, I'm doing better than this guy, so I'm okay." You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that they can be so much more, and that's one of the things. But as far as people who I have showed some things and they done better for themselves, and I've seen them flourish, I would probably have to say, and it's a shame to say, maybe two. That I could see that really took it, and I've been on for a long time, and I've tried to do a lot of people, but maybe two people that I can say, that they turned it into something and they got their own business running. It's not running the way I think it should run, but it's working for them and they're successful and they're able to take care of their family and they'll be able to live life in a good way. But yeah, I would say probably two. Maybe I might be missing somebody, but right now I can only think of two that I know that took it off.
Now, what's the significance of that? Like passing along skill set and knowledge
It's extremely, extremely important.
Okay.
Because my whole thing is each one teach one. Because if I notice, if I have something that's going to help you,
Right.
but if I don't teach it to you, I say, man, I ain't teaching this guy nothing. You see me doing it, why he just don't pick up?
Right.
But some people need to be taught.
Okay.
They can see something, but hands-on is better. You can put something in a book of somebody, they can read it, but they might not know how to put it together. You know what I'm saying? They might not. So if they show them, so I could just write down, take the door off the hinges, paint the door, put it back on the hinges, put the doorknob on, put the lock. I can write that down. Some people might not be able to get it. As simple as that might sound, but if I sit up there and show them, like, listen, I'm gonna take the doors, watch me do this and this and that, they be like, oh, that's the way you want to do it. Some people are hands-on people, and versus
That's why I haven't hung my TV yet.
Right, no, but that's a good thing, right? So you know what I'm saying? If he sees
right,
right,
easier. And
right,
I looked at it, I said, I put it right back down.
Right. So what I'm saying,
I'm ready to go in my pocket.
Right, you know what I'm
Jackson
saying?
hang my TV.
Right, right. So he risking losing his TV because he's scared. You know what I'm saying? Right. Scared to try.
No, I want it right. I want it straight. I have people looking at it.
Not even know he can do it right. You know what I'm saying? It's that confidence that you got to be able to have. But you know, we're just joking around. But Z, certain things we leave things to the experts. Z, I can cut hair. I've been cutting my son hair since he was born. I stopped recently cutting my hair because he need to go to the expert. I just don't cut his hair just because I don't know how to. I don't cut it because I take him to an expert now. This is what he's good at. Z's not an expert at hanging TVs. I'm good at that. So the next best thing for him to do is call me up.
Yeah, you got
So
my
and that's
TV to
the
fall.
Exactly, and that's just the way it goes. But I mean, it all it all comes full circle. I believe everybody I think it's just important. Number one, just getting back to, I just think it's important to give as much knowledge to the people who want it. Because you could be wasting time giving knowledge to somebody, this dude don't want it, and he'll be listening to it, but he don't want it. But you find those, and you know who want it and who don't want it. It's like when you sit out talking, when you guys go out talking, you know who's listening and who's not listening. And when you're sitting there talking to them, and you just might catch the eye of somebody, and you be like, he wants it. You want to gravitate more to him with the thing, because you know he's listening to it.
Right.
And it's hard. I think it's harder for me to see people, me teach people stuff, and them not do nothing with it.
Okay.
For me to see it.
Wow.
And I'm like, Dad, I'm showing you this for years, and you done nothing with it. You know, you still in the same spot. Not because you have to be here, it's because you're just not doing nothing with it. You keep waiting for somebody, you just waiting for me to cut this check for you, you do work every day. It's time for you to go on your own. And that's one of the biggest things that people like, oh, this guy, I don't want you to, no, I want you to go on your own. Because I don't know, everybody catches a bad break. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's immune to catching a bad break or needing help sometimes. Everybody needs help. Right. So I'm always for teaching as many people as possible. Like I said, but today I think it's only 2 just actually on their own to survive and have their own business. Right? Yeah, I think it's only 2. But I count that as a success. Right. Because with every boss, you got to have a certain amount of workers. So if you got 5 workers or 3 workers, or if you just helping you out on job, you're still bringing in those people who are able to take care of themselves. So I look at that as a success, man. It could be more. Okay. It could have been none. It could be less. But right now it's 2 that I can think of. Okay. But influence people in other different ways. I think I've influenced far more people than I know it's far more than people that actually kept on with this business. Because I could show people this and they could just take it and use my formula to something else. Okay. They didn't have to bring it in the construction business. They could have took it into anything, maybe my same attitude, took it into doing medicine, took it into doing photography, or took it into being their own barber, could have took it anywhere. But they could just look at that formula from success that I use and say, listen, I got it, but I'm going to take it and go this way with it. So I think I've influenced far more people, because I always have people come up to me and say, yo, man, yeah, you was a big influence to me. And I got people who out here who still influence me to this day, people that's in this business. My brother's number one. A guy named Hassan from Edge Builders. I don't really want to put people out, but I mean, these are people who influenced me. John Washington, he influenced me. Still to this day, a friend of mine named Jay, I just talked to on the phone, that we work with, he influences me like every single day. Like people, and that's, people don't like to say, oh, this dude, we got something with that in here that people don't like to say, that people, these guys, I look up to them. Not because I think they better than me, but I admire these guys because they get up every day and they do the right thing. And it helps motivate me because I'm like, I gotta keep my stuff going. I gotta get better. You know what I mean? I gotta take, it keep the pressure on.
Right.
And so it's a good thing. You use that, you take that pressure, you let it just roll, and you just make it work for you. Whatever motivates you, I don't care what it is. Whatever motivates you, I tell you, find something that you love doing, and find what motivates you, and then just go on from there.
Okay.
You good?
Do you think the like you mentioned each one teach one and how significant that is?
Yeah.
Do you think one of the issues is not enough people feel that way, or you also made the point that some people don't value themselves enough to do something with what they've been learning? Like, how do you can you compare? How would you compare those two? Is it?
Well, number one is with each one teach one. I think I can't put it in all one ball and say this is the reason why people don't do it, but it's a lot of things that go into it. It's more difficult doing it to a yes or a no, or this is why, that's why. But I'm gonna just break it down for what I might think.
Okay.
And number one, I might think is that everybody doesn't want to teach. They don't have the patience to teach.
Okay.
That don't mean that everybody doesn't want to see successful. Just
Okay.
because Z might not have the patience to teach somebody.
Okay.
But that don't mean that he doesn't want to see you be a success.
Good point.
And another thing is that everybody might want to teach. Certain people want to teach, but certain people just don't want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that. You have some people that want to teach, and you have those that want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's broad, and I think the patience. When you're teaching somebody something, you gotta have patience because everybody doesn't learn at the same pace.
Right.
Just like with anything. Z can teach 100 people in here how to cut. They can come for 30 days. Same 30 days, everybody's not going to learn as quickly. He might have a guy that learns real fast, and he might, attract a little bit more to him. But this guy, he hungry.
Right.
He in last place, but he attentive and everything. He's trying.
Right.
So, but Z might not have the patience for it. That's just get back to each one teach one. That you have to have patience. It comes a lot, and you have to want to teach, and you have to want to learn. So
Okay.
the reason why I think most or some people, I'm going to say most, but some people don't, because a lot of people don't have the patience and have time. Because you got to have time, you got to have patience. Because I know when I learned, I had to have a lot of time, and I had to have patience, and I had to. My thing is, I was hungry.
Okay.
I wanted it. It's a difference with when you really want it. You want to attack it in a whole different manner. When you want something if it's something that you like and
Right.
you want it, it draws you to it. So you're looking forward every day, learning something different. I used to get up like, hey, what I'm gonna learn today,
Okay.
and then that from there, so forth and so on. Like I said, to this day, I'm still learning. With this business, you never stop learning.
Okay.
So yeah, it's more. They still teaching me. I'm not just teaching people. People teaching me. So still, the game is always evolving and it's always changing.
Okay.
But I'm happy with it. But the people that do teach, all those guys that I named, I've learned something from them.
Okay.
All them guys that I've named, I learned something from them. Hopefully, they learn something from me too.
Indeed. So what advice would you give a person who's interested in wanting to do what you do?
First thing, I would say go to school.
Okay.
Go to trade school, go to school, learn your craft. Don't just jump out here. And then once you do go to school, come out, get your business started right, get your LLC set up, get your insurance, and then take it from there. Start, build yourself up. If you get yourself a pickup truck, get all your tools, everything that you need. But the first step is learning. Go to school and learn your craft. Don't just jump out here thinking you do it. If you're serious about it, if you want your business, to be a legitimate business, once you do that, and then just take it from there.
Okay.
But my advice is just go to school and learn it first, and
Okay.
then get out of school, get your business started, get your LLC set up, and that's it. I would go from there.
Cool. What do you see? Do you have any goals for yourself personally, as far as your own business, or certain projects you might want to work on in the future, or even if you have some community ideas you want to do, what can we see in the future from you?
Well, it's never changing. It's,
Okay.
building more, leaving something for my kids,
Okay.
constantly, just ownership.
Mhm.
Owning as
As
much land as I could possibly own,
Okay.
and just doing as much work as I could possibly do.
Wow.
Staying busy. That's the main thing, man.
Yeah.
Staying busy, man. Keeping my name out there, and just trying to do the right thing, because you can't satisfy everybody. You can't satisfy everybody. But as long as you know you get up every day and you're doing the right thing, I think that the majority of the people is on your side, or have good things to say. I think you're doing the right thing.
Wow. Okay. Well, do you have any closing? I always ask my brother if he has any closing thoughts. You seem like a brother with a prolific mind, like he does.
Before you close, I want to ask him one quick question.
Okay. Yeah.
I just wanted to, because Jerry and I talk a lot, and it's deep because I always have a lot of respect for what's in the street, man. We are in the street. We got a lot of stuff going on as far as like this religion, that religion, and things like that. I don't want to change too much the pace of where you already at. But my whole thing is, you'd be surprised how much value is right in the streets, which they call the hood. And man, I just talk with Jerry, we vibe a lot, and a lot of stuff that he says goes right back to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now that's where we from. He's not from there, and that's what makes it even so much more powerful. I just wanted to see, Jerry, if what do you see any value in the things that we try to do in the street? You know what I mean? And that's the only question I basically have, because like it was reminding me of what we go through, Brother Kyle, when we know that our people are great and we try to turn them on to themselves, and they just won't receive what we're trying to make them receive.
They don't see the value in themselves.
Right, that's on a larger scale of what my brother was just talking about, as far as like, showing somebody that they may be a good plumber or a good roofer, and they won't go off and do their own thing. So I just wanted to, throw that at you, Jerry, because we talk about this all the time, and your view of doing for self is so unique because you never even been in a mosque.
Right.
You know what I mean?
As far as the streets being knowledgeable, because you could, like I tell people all the time, you can take what you want from the streets. It's good, bad, it's happiness, it's sadness in the street. So when you're part of it, you take with it whatever part that you want to take from the street, you use it whichever way you use it, where it's going to work best for you. Some of the things that I probably took from it is probably the business sense of learning how to deal with people on them, like as far as just putting things together, maybe controlling money, learning how to do the right things with your money, making your money last, making your money work for you. Friendships, finding good friends and what these certain friends are good for and what this friend is bad for. The ditches, learning how to avoid those, stuff like that. You learn everything from it, and like I said, like I tell you, the streets is a university. So if you got people that go to university and don't learn nothing, you got people that come out of university and learn everything. So I didn't learn everything from it, but what I learned, it helped me. It was part of what made me what I am today. So, just get back to it. I just think that just from anybody that's in that position right now, and they think there's no way out, that I can't just make it out of this. You just sit back, and look how everything just look at your surroundings, how everything is going, and then there's something in there that you could use to make you a better person. Now, it's up to you to dedicate it and give your time and your energy and effort, and just say, listen, I'm going all in on this. I'm gonna try this. If it work, it work. If it don't work, it don't work. But you gotta try, and you gotta push yourself. Everybody, I push myself every day, every single day. With life, I push myself to be better. Just becoming wiser, stronger, everything. Not just strong as physically, just everything. Being a stronger person, but mentally and everything. You go through life and you got constant changes, and your life is changing constantly. It's constantly growing, and your surroundings, your circles constantly is getting bigger. And I hate when I hear the concept no new friends. That's the concept with the rappers. They say no new friends. And I hate that because how you gonna grow if you don't have no new friends? You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta be your closest friends, but you need friends in this to grow and develop. So you say, all right, this is my circle right here, and nobody else can get in it. How you gonna grow? So you banking on everybody that's in your circle to grow like you growing. What if they don't grow like you growing? Y'all stuck. You stuck. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't grow but so much because they gonna keep pulling you. Like, hold wait for us. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be open to that. You don't gotta be open to everybody, but you gotta, you gotta open yourself up. Yeah, you have to be, man. You have to. You gotta experience it. And I think it's just the same. I don't think they really That's the state is the same. I hope so anyway.
Right.
We're on the old head part sit now, so we ain't with the younger generation too much.
Right.
I'm gonna connect it to this, and this is the last part of that.
Go ahead. What's up?
Muhammad's economic blueprint, ending poverty in one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Food, clothing, housing, industry, and jobs. You gave to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? When we were giving out that, not giving, but it was $18.20 for the year.
Right.
For the 16 million wage earners.
Right.
Because a lot of the stuff that you're saying we can do without begging for it. And that's basically the teachings that came right from the man that's above that poster.
Mhm.
So
It's not just a teaching. We've done it before.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right. But like I said, it has to be said. Somebody has to say it.
Somebody
Somebody
has to say it.
has to say it. Somebody has to get the ball rolling. It's not like we haven't done this before. We've done that before. You know, in history
Black
to show
Wall
you,
Street.
right? The
Wow,
history,
yeah,
the history
yeah,
itself
Black
will
Wall
show you. And like, I don't want to. The thing I was telling you about right now,
Yeah.
I don't want to put it out there until I have the facts. But some of the places I'll tell you,
Right,
places in
right,
Atlanta, a couple other places down
Right.
south,
Alabama.
that they had the
Mhm.
places like that.
Mhm.
And I don't want to say, I don't want to say the state, the places, because like he don't know what we're talking about. And I just read it. I just
Tulsa,
can't.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
It's a
but that's the
place
big
they
one. That's the
call
big one.
Black
There,
Wall
but that wasn't just the only one.
Right.
And that's what I was saying to him. But learning myself, yeah, somebody has to put it out there. Somebody, this with the Muhammad's economic blueprint,
Mhm.
somebody has to get the ball rolling. So if you don't start somewhere, then it'll just nobody won't be thinking about it.
Right.
Because right
Right.
now we so, I think for most part that since the oppression is not like it was
Mhm.
back then in the 50s and 60s,
Mhm.
that now that you can live where you want to live and you can do what you want to do and you can get these things without people putting pressure, because now it's hidden. You know what I mean? They hide by it. It's still out there, but it's hidden. So, like, man, I'm doing all right, man. Why we gotta start our own joint? We fine here.
Right.
If I want to go over here, right, I'm fine. And like I said, with ending segregation, that's part of it, because now they see the money. They see the money that we can accumulate and all that, and once they see everybody's getting together like that, it's hard. It's hard to get everybody on that same page, because everybody's doing well right now. So if you're doing well, you're not really thinking about the bad times. The bad times are so bad that she's like, man, I just want to forget about them times like that, man. We good now. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as much as pushing you. It's like, let's get back to this. Well, I know we can do that, but I can go right over here to this place. They okay. They don't call me no.
Right.
So it's cool to go over there, right? And I think that's what happened. But that's a good idea. Anything that's positive, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be part of that culture to say they doing something good and just like, no, forget about it. No, if that's something, I think, that's something that's gonna help me and him and you and all of us in here. Why wouldn't I want to be part of that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, for something, I don't think that.
free thing
Yeah,
first.
it's insane. I don't think that you have to be part of something to help something that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. So why would I sit here and say like, nah, I don't agree with everything he said. The minister says, but I agree with some of the things he says. You know what I'm saying? So to find something that you agree with everything that everybody says, I don't think that nobody could do that. I don't think you do it. I don't think you do it. Like, find something that 100% he said, like, come on, man. That's almost impossible. But that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So I could have some disagreements with him. I say, so I'm gonna say nah, because he's saying this. I don't want nothing to do with that. That's kind of crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? And just getting to the same thing, getting back, just to bring it around, going back. Let's just bring it into music. Talk about Kanye West, because all of the crazy statements he's saying, people want to throw him away and say no, but there's some good in him somewhere. You can't just say no. Nah, nothing he do. So you're not gonna support his clothing line. He's still, you gotta look at it. You gotta pick. You gotta take out. You gotta look at the big picture, the whole big picture. And my whole big picture with that was like, yeah, I thought that was a good idea. And and Z was showing me some of the pictures of some of the stuff, and I'm like, hey, the ball is rolling. I'm dealing with that. If it don't work out, hey, look, I tried. I did my part. I can't go. You can't sit up here and knock something that you didn't help. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You can't when it don't succeed. You can't be like, no, I told y'all I wasn't gonna succeed, and you didn't give a dime. You know what I'm saying? You didn't give a quarter to it. How you expect it? It gotta be money. You need money to get anything off the ground. So what they say, our revolution has to be what my man say? It got to be sponsored too, though, man.
That's
You
right.
know, right? The revolution got to be sponsored, so it has
That's
to
right.
start somewhere. So hopefully, I always help out with something like that as long as it's the right thing. I'm always in support of doing the right thing. That's just that's this growth with certain things, man. When you're younger, don't nobody think the same way they thought like when they was 15, 16, 17, 18.
Right.
Like nobody thinks about that.
Right.
And then, not to even get off topic, but that was just that funny thing about the Kevin Hart thing, about when they wanted him to apologize for the words that he said. And I was sitting there, like people, you can hold somebody accountable for what they said, but there's people who actually be thinking that he thinks the same way he was thinking back then, all those years ago. That's kind of crazy. Because he clearly said, he wasn't, but they need to hear it.
Right.
They got to break you down. You want to give us that explanation. You want to make that apology. But
Right.
nobody's thinking the same way. Any man, any normal man, if you're not thinking the same way you felt when you was 10 years ago. Because I know something that I thought 5 years ago. I'm looking at it today like, damn, I was thinking like that. But it's constant. The world is constantly changing. So,
Evolution, right?
yeah, it's constantly changing. So that's like with us too. So I'm just hoping that everybody, anyway, as far as our people here, just hope that everybody just wake up one day and realize their greatness. That's what I'm saying. I just want everybody to realize their greatness and try to reach it, whatever their greatness is.
Right.
So that's what I'm hoping for.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But you got a final?
Well, yeah. Do you have you just dropped the bomb on us. But do you have any other any final thought? Any last thing you would like to close out with, or like any message to,
The world.
Yeah.
It's www. dot.
Yeah. Well, so man,
Social media
not
worldwide.
having time to sit down and prepare for anything. We just did this.
Right.
I didn't have time to prepare. I'm sure I got a bunch of things that I could come up with, but I mean off the head, the things that I can think of that I would probably want to leave this note on is that I hope that everybody who watches this gets something from it.
Okay.
And it motivates them and it makes them want to do better, because as many people, how many people might watch this, if they could look at it and say, well, if he did it, then I know I could do it. If they say Z did it, then I could do it. And and then it's that this actually happened and a real person did it.
Yeah.
Because you can put stuff in perspective and say it's we visual people.
Right.
Right. Everybody visual something. When you can put a face to something, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? When you can put a face to say this, the reason why this is up and the reason why this is working and why he has all these things is because this man made it happen. This man helped to make it happen. I don't say I made it happen. This man helped to make it happen. And when you can do that, I just hope that the people that watch this, that they get that out of it and all right, let's help them, inspire them, and just want to do better. Because every day you wake up, if you're trying to become great, I tell people this all, if you want to achieve greatness, you have to put the work in.
Right.
And my son will tell you himself, he say, if he want to, whatever he does, is the more practice that he puts into it, the harder that he works at it, the better you're going to be. So if you put that effort into it every single day, if this is what you want to do, if you want to be a barber, practice cutting every day. Find a homeless guy, find a friend, find anybody, cut for free. You know what I'm saying? Just practice it every single day. So if you do that, I think you'll be fine. And that's just my final thought. I just want everybody to hope that everybody gets something from this useful and they can use it in everyday life.
We appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man,
Absolutely. I know I do.
Leave your your contact information in case anybody needs to hit you up to have some work done.
I'm only gonna show this half of it.
Oh yeah.
But the freedom paper that I was talking about, now I got the face to the paper. You know what I mean? I even hid this paper for myself, so I was happy that I found it. But this is my freedom paper, Jackson Synergy. This is his information. He may change his number or something like that, but this was the contract from my brother Jerry to.
We don't want to show him the price of how Z robbed me with that. Because everybody think they can rob me, and I can't get robbed even more, bro. Once I had it once, you robbed me once, man.
Well, God works through brothers, man. You know what I mean? That's how I know that the angelic power was from him, not him, because he's telling me I robbed him. The angel ain't gonna say that.
He robbed me.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you again, brother. We appreciate you.
No problem, man.
Peace.